Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
Sanibona, kule video manje ngizokhuluma ngento eyithanda ukubaningi ngoba angizukwazi ukwenza ama-video ahlukene. Siyazi ukuthi uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa uhambile uya America lapha ayohlangana khona noPresident Donald Trump. Kodwa engikubone nje manje recently ukuthi uzobe hamba uJohn Rupert, if I'm not mistaken, kodwa ngizoyicaphuna evideo la ezobe ichaza ukuthi uma siyohlangana noDonald Trump umuntu azobe ehamba naye ezobe enaye etafuleni mhlambe kuzobe ku Johann Rupert. Ukudlula phambili iEFF icommentile mayelana nodaba lika lokwakhiwa lokuvunyelwa kwecompany kaElon Musk Starlink ukuthi izo operator la South Africa. Iphuzu lokugcina futhi esizolibheka udaba lwabantu kulahlekelwa yithemba kuhulumeni. Izolo ke njengoba iParliament belihlangene kwenye ama-portfolio committee omunye usisi we-EFF uyivezile isizathu esenza ukuthi abantu bangabe besakholelwa kwiParliament. Sizoyicaphuna nalo video leyo ngoba ngiyibone into ebalekile kakhulu futhi interesting. Ngitheke angeke ngikwazi ukuyenzela ivideo yayo yodwa. Ngcono ngizohlanganisa lama video ngiwenze abe ivideo yodwa.
Renowned businessman Johann Rupert and former golfers Ernie Els and Retief Goosen will join President Cyril Ramaphosa's South African delegation when he meets US counterpart Donald Trump tomorrow. It's understood that South African-born businessman Elon Musk is not going to be present at the Washington meeting. Addressing the media earlier, President Cyril Ramaphosa says he's ready to present his case on behalf of the nation.
Njengobuzwa ke besichazela ukuthi uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa uzohamba nalabantu ababalile la mase beyohlangana noDonald Trump. Johann Rupert. Siyabazi kubudlelano obukhona phakathi kwebusiness nogovernment wethu. Okungenzeka ukuthi njengoba ezoba nale meeting kungenxa yokuba khona kwabo yingakho ezowathola nethuba lokuthi abe nale meeting noDonald Trump. Sizozwa ke uma kukhulunywa ukuthi iyiphi imiphumela ezovela khona. Mina nje ngiyakwazisa ukuthi njengoba besibikele ukuthi uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa uyohlangana noDonald Trump kodwa abantu azobehamba nabo siyazi ukuthi uJohn Steenhuisen ukhona naye ngoba phela bayi-Government of National Unity kodwa abanye abantu abakhona yilaba bebusiness bakhona ngoba baneqhaza elikhulu abadlalayo la ekubusweni kwezwe. Angeze ukungena ke kulonto leyo kule video sake sayichaza kabanzi azidlulele phambili.
Yeah. All honorable members are going to speak.
Oh, thanks, Chair. I won't be long, but I just want to find out from page 27 STP, Net Financial Position Overview 2023-2024. Last time I was attending this meeting for the first time, and I remember the chairperson of NSOP said some of the matters that are raised here by the STP, especially regards to gratuity, is sitting in the front of the president's desk. So maybe we can be updated on that one of gratuity, with how far with that matter, because STP here is saying Parliament is paying a lot of money regards to issue of permit, especially of the former members of Parliament and also from the legislatures. And he even saying here in the presentation, they have also engaged with the National Treasury to take over this. I don't know, co-chairs, because when EFF came to Parliament in 2014, we have resolved on this matter of permit. There was a way forward. My colleagues from the ANC, especially Honorable Doris, will also remember that we even had a task team STP from the Chiefs Forum to resolve on this matter because permit was proven that is very expensive and because is according to the Act of Parliament. The previous STP that we found here in 2014 agreed with us to say we need to change the Act of Parliament not to be compulsory because as we speak now, it's compulsory. I don't know what went wrong, but we took this matter to court as EFF, but we persuaded one another after that as political parties to say, let us not go to court. this thing of permit must be resolved. It must not be compulsory. Members must choose if they want to be part of permit or they don't want to be part of permit and use other schemes. Maybe STP, as the Secretary of Parliament, we must go back to that kind of engagement. And also to get an update, because we are saying here, the National Treasury on numerous occasions, you have consulted with it to take over the management and payment of the post retirement medical aid. So this thing must be cleared now. What is the way forward? Members must have a choice about this, but this is a lot of money that is expected from Parliament. That is one. Number two, on the public participation, I think we touched on this issue last time as well when we engaged. It's well and good that the report says that 255 public hearings took place in that year as the STP is reporting. But public participation, okay, take place, and then what? And then what, Chair? Do you remember during the public hearing of the land expropriation without compensation? We're wasting Parliament's time, money, people's time. We go all over the country. People are expressing themselves in numbers. Let us expropriate land without compensation. But comes to Parliament, all those exercise is useless. They take a different direction. They take a decision that is opposing on what people were saying on the ground. So it's well and good to reflect on the report that on the side of Parliament, public participation is taking place. But at the end of the day, are we getting what people are saying? In order for us to say there was a public participation, of course, were the Parliament that are listening to the people of South Africa. To me, Chair or co-chairs, we are making fool of people. We go and pretend as if we want to hear what they are saying. We just say to them, we're managing you. Don't come to be against Parliament. And then you'll be happy that Parliament is here today. Let me tell you, it's very painful when you go to oversight committees. We said in our committee, particularly in my committee, we went and listened to people, and people have lost trust, especially to local government. You come as from Parliament now saying, no, we're here to listen to you. And after that, what? Nothing. We always say to them, it's fine, we have heard you, going to engage with your mayor, we are going to take all of your concern to the executive authority, which is the minister. That's it. And I even raised that concern to my committee to say, Chair, let us not even go and fool people during the oversight. So we need to pronounce on this issue of public participation. What is Parliament is saying at the end of the day about the public participation? Program 2, Secretary to Parliament, which is my last point, Chair. Program 2, Oversight Priority Model. This is not the first time I'm raising this thing. It's well and good you have that model in terms of the role of Parliament. Go and do oversight. You go and do oversight as a committee, but as a member of Parliament, there's no specific rule that also permits you as a member of Parliament now. But there is a mechanism that says every Monday is a constituency day. Go and do oversight. I even said to the Speaker in one of the platforms, Speaker, it seems as if we don't have protection from the Speaker's office. If I go to one of the hospitals in Mahatma Gandhi, for instance, I go as a person, as a member of Parliament, I'm not going to be let in Mahatma Gandhi. They are going to tell me that firstly, there's a moratorium from the province of KZN. No member of Parliament is allowed to come and do oversight here. We raised those things in the Speaker's office so many times that it seems as if this constituency is not even make sure what is all about. Because if you go and do oversight, most of the time we are blocked. After we have blocked, when you come back to this institution, there's nothing that seems to resolve the thing. Can we also relook at this thing of the oversight priority model, Secretary to Parliament? The last point about the oversight, we are Parliament of South Africa, 9 provinces. I'm voted by everyone in South Africa, Chair. But if I'm being called by a people of the rural area in Limpopo to say, come and listen to me here in a rural area of Guyane or deep, Malamlela. When I went there, I must think first to say, I must go back to Cape Town or to Durban where I have a house because Parliament is not going to book me an accommodation. When I arrive there in Malamlel, I must spend only 2 minutes to listen to those people of Malamlel because I'm not accommodated. It's now even worse when there are no flights in the country, when there's a crisis of flights. I can't even fly to Eastern Cape because I must also think of flying back to where I'm going to get an accommodation using my own money. Also, is also defeating the purpose of oversight of members of parliament. This is not the first time raising this thing. Number of NA programs adopted. I don't even understand this thing of notice of motion. Every day, even today, I rise to say on the next sitting, let us debate so and so. All of us every day. Maybe we ended up having those arise on the next sitting to debate to the hospital in Malamlela to be built. Maybe we end up with thousands and thousands of those notices of motion. Where do they get implemented? So we must also tap into that to know we must not just do things for the sake of doing it. Let us find the expression STP to say this thing is not working and as a monitoring and tracking mechanism in Parliament. My colleagues spoke about the executive members who are also not making sure in terms of accountability. But my problem, because we're not talking about the executive who are not here, but Parliament, what are you doing about it as Parliament? We have a mechanism in place to say that they must come and account here. Even today, I think there were 3 or 4 members of the executive with their deputies who are not members of the executive. You as a member of parliament, you go on the ground, you get issues that affecting people, you come and draft a member statement, you speak alone here. And then the chairperson up there saying, is any members of the executive who want to respond? Especially today, I was speaking about the issue or case of Cwek. No one responded. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So those are the things that parliament must also assist with in order to ensure, or if you want to say that you are the parliament of the people, in order for us to know, are we lying to people of South Africa or are we not? Thanks, Chair.
Kwivideo engiyenze izolo lapho besikhuluma khona ngodaba lwamanzi lemphakathi engenamanzi sifaka i-meeting le portfolio committee ngikuchazile ukuthi abaphathi bethu noma laba abasimele sibavotele ba disconnected kithi and leyo nto leyo yenza sibabone njengabantu abangenamsebenzi. Kodwa ngiyayithanda indlela lo mama noma usisi lo we-EFF ayibeka ngayo ngoba sekuyacaca manje ukuthi labantu bayeza kithi siyazi address izinto ezisihluphayo njengomphakathi. Kodwa inkinga sesiyazi ukuthi sibhajwe lapha eParliament. Sewabekiwa ama-issue phelela kanjalo. Labantu laba into ebalekile kubo ukuthi bahlale eParliament ngoba iyona procedure, iyona ndlela ezokwenza ukuthi bahole. Baxoxe le nto leyo makuphela inyanga futhi ithi ngikucizelele lokho uma kuphela inyanga bathola more than 100,000 rand per month. Thina sibika ama-issues wethu abanendaba nathi ngoba into ebalekile kubo ukuthi bathola more than 100,000 rand per month of which igcina ifika kuma 1.4 million per year imali etholwa yilabantu. So ngenzela ukuthi ngifaka le video ngoba ngifuna sizazi ukuthi lento lezi esinazo lama issues esiwa raise sibona ngathi awanakwa ayasebenza ama political parties nabantu laba abasuke bethunyiwe sondele kubo bayasebenza izinto sibhajwe lapha eParliament ngoba kukhona abantu abangenandaba nathi. Kulungile kufanele babe nje futhi kufanele basenze kanje ingoba babekwe yithi lapha. Futhi into yenza lokhu sibabekezelele bathe mabe uqala lo doti wabo abawenzayo mabeyiqala lento yabo abayenzayo ukuthi kukhulunywe into ezinhle enga-implementwa lutho, kukhulunywe zonke izinto, saqhubeka sabavotela kunjalo base bethi hayi shuthi thina siyayijabulela lento, kusho ukuthi thina siyayijabulela. Uyabona nje ngiyayithanda into enziwa lo sisi ngoba bayaphuma kuma-oversight, ziningi izinto ezikhulunywayo. Mawubuka ama-portfolio committee kuthiwa kuzokwenzeka into ethile, uzube nethemba lokuthi uzobona iy'nguquko, kuze kube namhlanje kodwa awuziboni. Kusasa mase kufuneka uyovota usuyaqala uyangabaza, kanti inkinga ilapha eParliament. Futhi nakhona ukuhlala kwakho ungavoti, bazosuka labantu laba abavota ngey'nhliziyo nangemizwa, abangavoti ngokucabanga, baphinde babavotele labantu laba bababuyisele laphaya. So ngizocaphuna ivideo kaSinawo manje ekhuluma ngodaba lika Elon Musk, kodwa nje ngiyafisa ukubeka kubantu bakithi ukuthi kunje kungenxa yethu. Labantu bahleli abasinakile, labantu bahleli laphaya ingoba bona bayahola. Abazoyenza mase kusondela ukhetho bazophuma lapha eParliament, beze kithi besinikeza iy'kibha zey'nhlangano, basinikeza ama-food parcel, siduma amakhanda, basinikeza ngaka izethembiso. Hayi ukuthi lezi kuzo zonke lento ezibekwayo akukhona eyodwa yenziwayo, kodwa namhlanje usiswe EFF usekuvezile ukuthi hayi nathi nabo bayafika bazethule lapha bese zibhajwe eParliament. Usho ukuthi inkinga ilapha eParliament, eqembini elibusayo, emaqenjini abusayo, thi ngisho njalo, asidlulele phambili. Kodwa engizokwenza kuzothi makusa bese ngiyibheka le portfolio committee ngibone ukuthi laba beParliament baphendulile na. Uma bephendulile ngizobe sengikwazisa.
Now, Tambo. Mr. Tambo, good evening to you, and thank you very much for your time. You ask a particular question in your statement, and that is that why is Elon Musk, who claims that there is a genocide in South Africa, why would he be so desperate to invest in a country such as that? Do you want to answer that question?
Greetings, Colin, greetings to the viewers. I think it's up to him to answer because he has been at the forefront of propagating the lie that there is a massacre and genocide of white people in South Africa in order to leverage preferential treatment and access to the South African market for his Starlink satellite company. So I think it is best placed for him to answer to us as to why is he so interested in running Starlink in a country that he says white people are experiencing a genocide in. Because if this deal that they are said to be making with Cyril Ramaphosa and the people who have gone there to negotiate with the Trump administration to sort of reset our relations passes through, one wonders whether Elon Musk is going to continue to propagate the lie that there's a white genocide in South Africa when his company is able to operate in South Africa. If he was a true humanitarian, if he was someone who was genuinely concerned about the well-being of Afrikaners in South Africa, he would be calling for sanctions on South Africa, he'd be calling for disinvestment in South Africa, but he's running a parallel campaign to install Starlink into a country that he claims is a genocide in. So it would be interesting to hear whether the negotiations in Washington will answer that question as well.
Yeah.
Ngoba ubona uSinawo ekhuluma la noXoli ukuthi kuvela ama-rumors ukuthi uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa ube nesivumelwano no-Elon Musk ukuthi ikhampani yakhe Starlink izokwakhiwa la eSouth Africa, futhi le mithetho ye-BEE bazoba nendlela ukuthi ingabi sa-aplya kuye ngoba ngathi yona into yayimvimbelo wasekuqaleni. Kodwa i-EFF mayibhale ilethi izolo, ibhale istatement yathi kanjani ngoba phela Elon Musk uyena obegqugqumezela le ndaba engamanga ethi kubulawa ama-white Afrikaners la eSouth Africa. So ingakho manje ngibona ukuthi ngcono ngingasifunda istatement kodwa ngemcaphune ngoba iNewsroom Africa iye yakhuluma naye. Asizukidlala lonke ke le interview, sithatha nje lawo maphuzu lawa engicanga ukuthi abalekile bese siyayivala ivideo.
In the first part, Chloe, as it speaks to local industries, speaks to the fact as to there's no indication as to how many jobs the Starlink enterprise would create in South Africa. And one knows that it would be operating remotely and based in the United States of America as part and parcel of the Silicon Valley conglomerate of tech giants that operate from the United States of America. So they would be operating from a satellite in the sky, running it from the United States of America, and undercutting the local telecommunications industry. So the EFF met with MTN, one of the telecommunicators here in South Africa as well, and they raised that concern with us. And that meeting spoke to many issues, such as our call for the ending of expiry of data as well. But one thing they raised sharply is that there would be a threat to jobs if there was an introduction of a remotely run Starlink satellite company in South Africa. And it's something that we must take into serious consideration, because American companies that come and set up in South Africa do not ordinarily create jobs. And there's no blueprint as to how Starlink would do that in South Africa. The second part, as it relates to national security, Elon Musk has been at the forefront of running a disinformation campaign that seeks to delegitimize South Africa's position of calling out Israel's genocide against the people of Palestine. So they want to say that we're committing a genocide so that our voice loses moral credibility to expose the genocide being perpetuated by Israel. So if someone of that stature, that nature, and who's been conducting such activities, and even recently there was exposés by American media outlets that he has manipulated the artificial intelligence function called Grok on the X platform that he owns to perpetuate the lie that there is a white genocide in South Africa. So if he can do that to instill a campaign against our nation, how much more when he's going to have access to our data through a telecommunications company and control our telecommunications sphere through a satellite? So that poses a national security risk that must be averted.
Yeah.
Ngobuzwa ke ebekusinawo la. Mina ngizokuphawula lutho. Futhi angangeze ngichaza ukuthi utheni ngoba isilungu yasazi. Kodwa nje ngisho ukuthi ke njengoba umuzwe ekhuluma la, izinto lezi amaphuzu abawabekayo ukuthi ngeke izikhande imisebenzi iStarlink ukuba khona kwaso la. Okwesibili, in terms of national security, ngeke ukuthi umuntu kade run a campaign engamanga ngeSouth Africa bese kuthiwa lo muntu uzoba ne-access to i-data noma i-information ngeSouth Africa. Uyabona ukuthi izwe lizobe lisenkingeni makunjalo. Ngicabanga ukuthi socaphuna iphathi yokugcina manje bese siyayivala le video ngoba inhloso yami ngifuna ukuba ne video ende ukuthi nje ngoba ama topic ebengiwakhavile bowamathathu bekufanele futhi ngiwakhave wonke kwi video yodwa ngoba wonke akhuluma nge-EFF. Kodwa ngiyacela subscribe ku channel, mawungaka subscribe, ulike, ucomment, ushare, ungasupporta ngojoin membership yale channel, ungasupporta futhi ngokusidonate noma ngamali nona ikhona iaccount kwi comment ephiniwe. Asiqhubeke ke nasicaphuna iphathi yokugcina.
In America right now, the understanding is that a Chinese company which owns TikTok is being pressured to sell its American interests to a local company there. And in part, the question of national security is being put up as prominent. Why do you think that there is this double standard that in a country which says, like South Africa, which says there's got to be a local ownership of any international company that comes to set up shop here, and we've got to play by those rules. But in America, things have got to be different. Why do you think that this is the double standard that they want to impose on other countries?
I think it's the hypocrisy of imperialism, and I'm glad that you are able to raise that point even more sharply than I have in this interview. That they wanted to do that to TikTok, that they wanted to own a majority stake in TikTok because they suggested that TikTok poses a national security threat in terms of influencing the psychology of the American people and possibly lobbying them to believe in the ideals propagated by the Communist Party in China and the People's Republic of China. So their process to want to have that majority stake ownership in TikTok is exactly the same reasoning that we should use as to it relates to the Starlink company. Even in India, Starlink operates with a local stake ownership, and they've agreed to that. So it seems that this hypocrisy and double standard wants to be applied in South Africa and towards Africans, and it's something that we must reject in its entirety. We must protect local jobs in the telecommunications sphere in South Africa, but we must protect the integrity of our national security. And Elon Musk has represented himself as someone who poses a threat to the integrity of national security in South Africa. He has mobilized the American president, who he is dragging by the ear, to treat us like a persona non grata, to expel our diplomats, to declare genocide when none of that is perceivably recognizable, and for him to control the telecommunications infrastructure of our country when he's exhibited his displeasure with our nation and his ability and capacity to distort information to suit his own agenda, is a risk we should not take. But one thing we should also notice that Starlink has not even applied for a license in South Africa yet. They just rejected ICASA's regulatory authority to impose that there must be a 30% local stake ownership. So it shows you the arrogance, it shows you the level of disrespect And we expect Cyril Ramaphosa to be disrespected there in the United States of America, and his positivity is going to prove meaningless. And he must not use that visit to renegotiate local legislation of South Africa. He doesn't have the mandate to do so. He doesn't have the power to do so. So the assurances he's made to Starlink, the assurances he might be made relates to the NHI, to the Bella Act, to the Expropriation Act, are meaningless because he doesn't have the powers to do so. And we will take legal action if he reverses any laws at the behest of Donald Trump's administration.
Kunjengobuzwa ke ukuthi EFF ithi cha bona ngokwabo bacabanga ukuthi upresident ngeke azahlonishwe, will be disrespected lapha. Sabona nje Trump indlela ayikhuluma ngayo no president lo wase Zelensky lo wase Ukraine. So balindele vele lokho, but nayo lento lokungayihloniphi i-country nemithetho egovern country mangathiwa ngempela lamarumors akhona iqiniso ukuthi Starlink isizoza la, kodwa bazoba nendlela ukuthi bayenza kanjani, bayimisa kanjani indaba ye-BEE njengoba kunomthetho othi makusuka international company 30% fune ownwe la local. But uxoli la uveza iphathi ebalekile ukuthi bone America i-TikTok bafuni ownwe e-America, ushuthi i-China lawa ba own i-TikTok funeka babadayisele yona ngoba bakhala nga-national security ukuthi akukwazi ukuthi izwe elinyizwe libe ne-data lezwe libe ne-power over into influencer abantu, indlela yokubuka information na yonke lento eyenzeka khona. So ke asazi kuzokwenzakalani, kodwa nje sizolobu sibhekile ngenhlahla i-internet iseyenza ukuthi umhlaba wafana abana bathi it's a global village. Sizokwazi ukuyibona into eyenzeka eAmerica ngesikhathi eyenzeka ngaso ngoba bazoyishutha lama interview le meeting. Sizokwazi ukubona mhlambe mangase kuthiwa kunenye meeting eyabo ebeyimfihlo abazoyixoxa, but kodwa sizokwazi ukuyibona le meeting uma bethandile ukuthi siyibone. So bese siphawula ke ngayo, kodwa kwamanje nje asimfisela inhlahla uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa ukuthi sengathi lento ayihambele nobudlelwana afuna bulunge phakathi kweAmerica neSouth Africa ukuze amazwe aqhubeka asebenzisana. Sengathi lingaba impumelelo, kodwa nje kungathi angame emazweni akhe ngoba uthembisile nothi ngeke azaguquke ukuthi le mithetho abayishayile la eSouth Africa nale ayisayinile NHI Bella Act ne-expropriation angeke aze athi uzo compromise ay reverse ngoba ukwenza kwakhe kanjalo uyobenzela laba abantu, kodwa la eSouth Africa uzoba nenkinga ngoba njengoba bethi nje bazomusa court. Uyazi naye ukuthi amandla okwenza lokho akanawo ngenxa ukuthi inkantolo can overrule leso sinqumo sakhe. Yeah, South Africa phela izwe liphethwe ngokwe-democracy, kusebenza ivote majority. Asimeke la siyibambe le video. Ngiyakufisa kodwa ukuze ukuphawula kwakho ngalolu daba lonke. Ngiyafisa ukuze ukubona kwakho ngale kwalokho mina nawe sidibane kwi-video landelayo.